This video from Headway Children's Services brought to you in connection with Indigo. Today I will talk about our EYFS tracker and just some of the initial procedures to do to set this up to work for you. It's actually really easy to set up. We've got a reference area here, the tab at the bottom, and on the reference area we have an option for children's centres to record their LSOAs, and these will populate a drop down later on. Some other sections that we can use here that are already populated for reference areas. We've got vulnerable family status, we've got a yes or no box, we've got sessions, and again you can go in there and adjust your sessions and put in there if you want to call them AM, PM. These are sessions that you may have. We've got some boxes here. We don't need to touch any of these. These are actually they're just for drop downs for recording development stages that children are at, obviously gender here. We've also got some links coming in here to video instructions. So all of that is there ready for you. You've only bits to set up here, the LSOAs and your sessions. The next bit would be to think about adding a child. Obviously when we add children's names we need them to be unique. So I'm being lazy here, I've got first names only. If you're doing this for real you will want first name, surname. If you want to organise them alphabetically, you could go to surname and then first name. If you've got names that are the same, you would need to put them in with some form of identifier so you know which one's which. If I just put in somebody here, choose a name at random, and choose a date of birth at random. So once I click on here and go up the next cell, if we watch over this bit here, you will see that it automatically calculates for you the cohort, the current age, and these will update on the spreadsheet. If they're eligible for 2-year-old funding, when that would start, and likewise when they're eligible for 3-year-old funding on nursery, when that would start. We've got some options here. Obviously Rebecca's going to be female, and we've got some other options here where we can record whether the child has any SEN, any vulnerable family, and some other things here. Now it is actually possible to change these here if you wish to track something else. The sheet is locked here. You can see the padlock, but it is possible to unlock the sheet and to put in another name here. If you're going to change a name there and track something different, you would also want to make sure that on this area here you change the name to the same thing. You've got a lot of columns here. You may not wish to see all of these columns. Certainly tracking gender and SEN, etc. is useful, but we have a lot of columns that we may decide that you wish to hide some of those, and that's equally possible to select and to hide these columns here. We've got some macros running on this sheet, but more of those on the next video. But that sums it up basically. As soon as you've put in your children's names, dates of birth and their status, as soon as you've done that, and on the reference area, you are, to all intents and purposes, ready to go and use this tracker to record children's progress on the EYFS.